Going on YouTube? Coach Latest here from Modern Hero Body, guys. Welcome everyone who's watching, to all my clients, VIP clients, guys, whoever's joining right now. Welcome in. And happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Mentorship Monday is back. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about something that I'm going to jump right into it because today's conversation will be short and sweet. I'm just coming to you with a reminder. Something that's been really close to me and really related this year. And I even posted about this on Instagram, guys, Vladi_lifestyle. Whoever's watching it, you can go to my Instagram, check the post. I put all the details there. On my Facebook and TikTok, actually, I made a post about my progress this year. And I'm going to be talking today to those people who you're like, damn, I'm doing everything right. I'm putting work, I'm putting effort. I am trying to lock in right now. I'm working out, I'm tracking my meals, I'm getting my sleep, I'm getting my steps, but I don't see that progress yet. It's kind of like getting there, but it's like so little that I don't see it's coming. It's not that exciting. And my friends, I want to tell you that you're doing everything right. It just takes time. That's why I called today's masterclass is progress doesn't scream at you at the beginning, right? Progress whispers before it shouts. So progress whispers. It doesn't scream at you at the beginning. It whispers. It whispers to you first before it shouts, right? So that's why I don't want you to get encouraged. That's where most people fail. I can guarantee that because I talk to so many people, and that's where most people fail when they start doing everything right. They kind of get some motivation, maybe from some mentor, from some call, from some event, from something. They get hyped, they're starting doing everything right for a little bit, for quite some time. And after they don't see, the progress. Like I said, progress does not scream at the beginning. It whispers to you before it gets loud. So that's why if you're not paying attention to the whisper first, then you might lose it. You might lose that momentum, and that's where most people, I'm telling you guys, 90% of people fail, during that whisper before it gets loud. And it's the worst mistake you can do to yourself, right? So stop getting the momentum, stop the momentum before you hear that loud progress when it gets to you. And that whisper, unfortunately, that whisper can be for a very, very long time. Seriously. When I'm going back to my journey back in the beginning of this year, that's why I made this post that I started, literally dialing in, tracking my food, workouts, like leading from the front, like I supposed to do to my clients. I lost that momentum a little bit last year. And when I started getting back on track, I'm like, I'm going to lead my clients, my community from the front. I'm going to be an example for them. And I quit alcohol completely. I started getting too comfortable with, glass of wine here and there. Like I'm already over 250 days sober. Haven't had sip of alcohol in over 250 days. I'm going to make a post also, just talk about my experience about that. But that was number one. That was huge back in January. I started with I'm cutting completely alcohol. It doesn't serve me well. So I'm cutting that completely. Number one. Number two, I started cutting all the unnecessary stuff, the sugar in my life, like I said, alcohol. I started tracking food. I started getting better with my workouts. Even if I've been a coach for 10 years and I have this momentum, I have this in me, I'm always looking for that next level. I'm always pretty much, it's like out on autopilot for me to go work out, but still my nutrition been slacking. I wasn't consistent with tracking my food. I would just lie to myself. I would self-sabotage myself. I was like, kind of tracking, but I wasn't tracking properly. I was always missing dessert here and there. It will be easily 500 calories that I wouldn't track. And that's how I would always slack on my goals, right? So, and that voice, that progress at the beginning was very, very quiet. That was just whispering to me. And the first weeks, or when you would say first month, the progress was really whispering, slow, so slow that it was hard to see in the mirror. I knew it's coming. I knew it's as long as I'm putting effort, it's just a matter of when and not if. But I've been there. I've been in my best shape of my life, so I know how to get there. But a lot of people, unfortunately, who especially never been in that shape and been struggling with losing weight for a very long time, they don't know it's coming. And when they see, when they don't see the results coming fast, then they just lose that momentum and they lose all the excitement. And like I said, they stop the momentum before it gets loud. They're not listening to the whisper. And whisper, guys, this is like a daily small wins when you're trying to get in the best shape of your life. Whisper, it's when you wake up in the morning and you have more energy because you got a better sleep, you stop, drinking. Like for me, it was like I had much more clarity in my head when I wake up. Whisper can be for you, it's just, your pants getting a little bit better, you like -1 hole on the belt. That can be whisper, right? It's already a big win. Also, the whisper can be you're getting your steps daily, you're drinking more water, you have more energy, you're getting stronger at the gym, maybe you're feeling better, you're already lifting 5 pounds heavier from last month that you did last workout. All of these whispers, right? It's not something loud, it's not something crazy, but all of these little whispers will add up, and that's where loud scream will come sooner or later, okay? So I want you just keep putting effort, my friends, okay? Your discipline is growing with this, your habits, you're building those habits. Like I said, listen to whisper, progress really whispers at you first before it gets really freaking loud. So do not give up on those whispers, okay? No matter what you're going through right now, if you're doing everything right, if you're putting work, if you're tracking your meals, if you're getting your steps, if you're going to the gym, but you don't see that, huge outcome, you don't see the huge results in the mirror, it doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. It doesn't mean that you're not getting stronger. It doesn't mean that you're moving with the progress. It just means that right now it's a whisper. And I'm telling you, whisper, from 10 years of experience, I'm telling you that whisper can be in your progress for a very long time. You just gotta keep pushing through, okay? Think about saying with a house, right? When you build a house, super simple analogy, right? I love this one. Simple analogy with a house. When you build a house from scratch, from the beginning, all you can see is the dirt, hole, and bricks. That's it. For a very long time, you see just a bunch of dirt, a bunch of bricks, a bunch of wood, and just the hole in the ground. That's it, right? But when that foundation builds up, it takes a long time to build foundation, right? It takes months and months to build foundation. But when foundation is ready, the walls started going up fast, right? Remember, I see the neighborhood, one of my neighbors was building the house and the mess was there, like I said, it was literally just bricks, dirt, was for a very long time. But when the foundation was built, the rest of the house just came out of nowhere. Seriously, there was months and months of bunch of bricks, and after that, just between beginning of summer and now, just out of nowhere, the whole freaking house came up. I was like, damn, that was fast, But I didn't see that foundation was taking so long. I didn't pay attention to that, and I only see wow, now it's going fast because the foundation took very long time. Okay, so same with your progress. Think about you building right now foundation of your house with all the little wins, everything. That's why the whisper right now is just quiet, but you're getting there. Like I said, start paying attention to the whisper before it gets too loud. All right, my friends? So that's what I'm trying to get to you today. I'm going to answer, by the way, guys, whoever questions you're asking me. I really appreciate all the engagement, guys. I see likes coming. I see the questions coming, so I'll answer them in a second too, okay? So you can ask me anything. I promise I'm not gonna skip, so stick to the end. So I'm gonna have a couple more minutes. I'm gonna do some Q&A as well, all right? So, like I said, most people getting wrong, right? To not listen to whisper, get the momentum and lose the momentum because you're not paying attention to whisper. And trust me, I know it sounds cool, have exciting, super quick results, but it's not the case. Results are just slow, boring, and steady. You just have to keep putting work and, like I said, listen to whisper for a very long time. It's not something exciting. Results doesn't come overnight, okay? Even with all the, drugs and everything, still takes time. It's much faster, yeah, but if you're doing it right way, if you want to build just healthy habits that will last you for the rest of your life, those results are boring. It's not about something, success overnight. No, you're putting reps in and out, you're tracking your meals, you're getting your steps on a daily basis, you're getting stronger even just by a couple pounds, so a few reps at the gym. And that's where you track everything, right? You track your nutrition, you track your meals, you track your protein, you track your steps, and that's where progress will come, right? So it's kind of boring, unfortunately, guys. I don't want to tell you, everything's so exciting. Just the whole journey, you just have to be excited about journey becoming better. But putting daily steps, it's super repetitive. It's pretty much eating the same meals, like you just find like some meals that you really enjoy and you can stick to them for quite some time. It's eating the same meals, it's getting your steps daily, it's going to the gym. If you have a good program like I'm giving my clients, that's why I'm not changing my clients' program very often, because if you have a solid program, you can stick to that for at least 8 to 12 weeks before changing anything. You just your goal just to continue adding a little bit more, getting stronger, adding more reps, adding more weight every session until you squeeze everything out of that program before moving to the next one. So it's very boring, it's pretty repetitive. Your goal just to put your head down and just keep moving forward. But like I said, gotta pay attention to the whisper. And whisper, that happens when you, like I said, having more energy on a daily basis. You start losing those, holes in your belt. You start to see like slow, steady progress, like losing pounds on the scale. You start getting in the morning less bloated. You wake up, actually, you have more energy, you're less bloated. So all of this is a huge wins for us, okay? And I want you to pay attention to those whispers, all right? So friends, like I said, this is the pretty much highlight of today's session. So whatever you're doing right now, I'm pretty sure you're on the right track. You just gotta listen to that whisper before it gets too loud. And here's your homework. Here's your homework for today. Guys, here's your focus for this week, right? I'm giving you 3 things I want you to focus this week, all right? So number one, stop chasing loud progress, okay? There's no such a thing like overnight success. Like I said, it whispers for a very long time. So stop chasing loud progress. You don't need a big moment. You just need daily discipline. So daily non-negotiables, that's will get you far, okay? So stop chasing loud progress, but focus on a little daily moments, on a little daily discipline. I call it daily non-negotiables. I talk about this a million times, right? Just stick to something that you can do daily for your health. Number 2, track the small wins. Like I said, exactly, that whisper. Listen to the whisper. Whisper is really talking to you, but you're just not listening. You're just looking for the loud voice. But like I said, that loud voice doesn't come for a very long time. So you gotta pay attention to the whisper. And the whisper is your daily little wins. Like I said, whether it's, you're getting better at the gym, getting stronger, maybe you're losing the hole on the belt, maybe you have more energy, maybe you're less bloated, you're more hydrated, all of this, more movement daily, all of this is your daily whispers. And you're gonna pay freaking attention to those, okay? That's number 2, so track your small daily wins. And number 3 is trust the compound effect. I promise that will come. Seriously, for the first couple months of my progress, I promise. Go to my page, Vladi_lifestyle on Instagram. Whoever's guys watching on replay or live, go to my Instagram and watch I did 9 slides of me taking photo every month. And you can see that the first couple months, compound interest wasn't there. The shape, my physique wasn't changing much. There was a little bit, like a couple inches started going down in my waist, but it wasn't crazy change. But when you look between photo number 1 and photo number 9, that's where you see the huge difference. You're like, holy crap, okay, now finally I see like how he lost all this weight. But it wasn't overnight. Every month there was like a little progress, and by photo like 7, 8, 9, like August, September, July, August, September, I was finally seeing a huge difference, okay? So trust the compound effect. Eventually you'll get there. It just takes freaking time. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that was a good reminder for you. Listen to the whisper, okay? Don't chase the loud voice. Listen to the freaking whisper, okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful for you. I don't see any actually so far questions. Oh, I see actually one. Wait a second, let me double check one more time. By the way, guys, I'm opening right now 2 minutes. I'm literally 2 minutes right now as I was watching for Q&A. If you have any questions around workout, nutrition, mindset, I'm down here to answer it, okay? All right, you can give younger self advice. All right, so Brian Kebis, sorry if I'm mistaking your last name, but Brian asked me, if you could give your younger self any advice, what would you say? I would say don't waste time, number one. Time is precious. Don't waste time. Because when we're younger, in my 20s, I thought we have all the time in the world, but in my 30s, I'm realizing right now more and more that we don't have time, and you have to spend every minute with precision. So do not waste time. And number two is just stick to your daily non-negotiables. Do not look for some overnight success. I've been there too, trust me. I've been there in my 20s. I was looking, to get quick, in the best shape of my life. I was even thinking about steroids, because I was like, damn, I want to get big. But nope, it's all compounds over time. So trust the compound effect, like Alilita said today. Stick to your daily habits, listen to whisper. Time is precious, so don't waste your time and trust the compound interest. That's what I would say my youngest self, okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you all. Much love. Have the best week of your entire life. All my clients, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.